Yep, we started. You're hosting, my friend.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube review of Hawkeye, Episode 2. I don't recall the name. Partners, something, something. Uh,
Partners, am I right?
yeah, something. I don't know. Sorry, I just walked in the room, finished the thumbnail, and sat down. So, this episode was. I thought this episode was pretty good. I really liked the Christmas theme of it. I like the fact that Kate and Hawkeye were getting more you know they were building more character together and everything like that. So yeah. So I don't know, I'm sorry, Xanta, what were your thoughts on this?
First of all, let me just quickly say hello, Daniel Vance. Hello, Bandit. You also say hello, Zanta. Yes, I hope you've been a good boy, Bandit. I hope so. And Daniel Vance has also said, Mele Kaka Kiki Maka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. And we have very little media too. Okay,
Pizza
how do I go to
dog. I
how do
love
I go
pizza.
to be it?
I
With
love
great
pizza dog.
difficulty. So, yes, Pizza Dog too. Okay. Yes, this episode was definitely a different change of pace to what we had last week. Last week was, I felt, a far more a, a plot advancing episode. I think this was more of a character development episode. Don't get me wrong, last week was also a character development episode. There's more dimensions to it. But really, we just got to know a little bit more about Clint. There were a couple of Easter eggs here and there, like maybe Laura, his wife. Maybe there's more to her than meets the eye. She seems to be maybe a former spy herself, knowing a little bit of German and helping Clint with his reconnaissance. So there were a little few things here and there. I also found out that during the course of this episode that Jack, he's a bit of a doofus. A bit slow, maybe a bit dumb, and I don't
I
know
think
if
he
that's him.
I
I
think he's
don't know if
playing
that's
that.
no. I think we that, that we. I think in a way, like we have to like when at the end of this season, when we try to put everything together, we're going to realize yes, he was a bit of an idiot. I mean, this is the guy who doesn't get quotations right from movies. You know, this is the guy who calls Hawkeye Achar. You know, it's little things like that.
Well, and
So
that was the other reason why, I think that there's going to be a bait and switch at the end, that it's actually Kate Bishop's mom that's the swordsman, and not him.
no, I think he's a swordsman because he has a. I remember in the first or second episode how no, that once he moved into the house, there's fucking swords everywhere, and obviously he wanted the Ronin sword quite badly, and it's good to see that Clint got it back. But we were more with Clint and Haley this episode. They had some sort of father daughter bonding moments, which was nice to see. Them trying to understand this whole mystery they're going through. Um, but we got the loppers back and everything. It was just it was it was okay. I feel obviously I'll get to the revelations later on. But apart from that, there was not much to go on in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I are you might be lagging. I don't know. Okay. I mean, I thought I no, I really thought it was a good. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed the because like I'm one of those people that enjoyed the Hawkeye farm moments in Age of Ultron. I thought that was one of the best moments of Age of Ultron. So like for them to have this really grounded part of the episode where Kate's trying to make Hawkeye feel better because she can, she's relating to him not being able to be there for Christmas and yada yada. So I kind of I like those parts of like these MCU movies and shows where we get to be a little bit more relatable to our heroes rather than it just being like last episode was good, but it was more like flash bang boom trick arrow. In this episode, except for the very end, it was just very character building, getting to know, Kate Bishop's character even more, getting to know even more of Hawkeye, which we haven't had except for since Age of Ultron and maybe a little bit in Endgame. We haven't had a lot. So,
So,
yeah.
so what do you think of Laura Barton?
I would be
Speaking
surprised.
German, helping with the reconnaissance.
I Did she help with the reconnaissance, or did she reach out to somebody who could? Because
No, no,
I
Hawkeye
only
went to her.
I
She
thought he
was the
went to
one who.
her to go to somebody else. Because didn't she say that she
No,
didn't
she
she
was
say
the.
that?
She texted him with the information
Oh,
on
okay,
the Teresa arrow. Oh no,
gotcha.
no, the watch. No, I apologize. I'm sorry. The watch,
Yeah, the
because
watch.
they know the watch. The watch is definitely the MacGuffin of this season. Of this show.
Well,
And
I mean, do we think it's like Iron Man's watch with the
no,
repulsor?
I don't know. I don't know. I really think that is if it's just a fancy bit of tech, that would be a shame. You know, I think it's more than that. I think it's a key. I think it's a. I think this watch maybe like this.
A key to the trick arrow vault.
I don't know. I don't know. I personally think it could be more like Kingpin's. It's more likely to be Kingpin's watch. In that sense.
Everyone's
Look.
Kingpin is the new Mephisto. I mean, you know, it, as I said last week, if he shows up, that's great. I'm happy, especially now that they've confirmed Charlie Cox is coming back. It would be great, but I feel like this is going to be another Reed Richards situation where they take one comment about an astrophysicist and they blow it out. I mean, they talk about his uncle and everyone's like, it's the
No, no, no.
Kingpin.
No, I no. This is different to Mephisto. Mephisto, I like there was never any evidence for Mephisto. Just people losing, analyzing things. I think the closest we got to was that cicada, but other than that, there was not much there. This time round, we have plenty, plenty. Fat Man Auto Industries with the girl having her cheek pinched by that man. Uncle and stuff like that. This uncle character.
I think
You know,
the
the,
uncle is what's his name?
who Jack?
Jack.
That's a possibility. Let
I
me hear
just
what
oh
Daniel Vance is saying. Kate learned an important lesson from Clint's Natasha's story and explaining to her how the best shot he ever took was the one not taken.
That's true.
And
That was a good moment.
considering the guy is probably one of the most accurate men when it comes to his archery of all time, what is his best shot? I mean, the guy hit from a windy position in the first Avengers movie. He was able to shoot an arrow outside of a helicopter and let the trajectory of it go into a fucking USB port. I mean, those are some good fucking shots, man. So yeah,
He didn't shoot for what?
when he was under the control of Loki, he shot that USB thing. You
Oh,
remember?
from the rafters or from the vent system or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but he was in the sky. It was gonna be
Yeah,
fucking
that he
windy.
shot
You had
a
to
he,
account for wind and all of that.
yeah,
You know.
he shot an arrow through the air, but that was an explosive arrow that took out the turbine.
Yes, nevertheless, still the shot
Yeah,
was
it's still a good shot.
quite amazing.
But I
Quite
mean,
quite.
I like the fact that he
Mm,
said it's the shot that he never took. And I mean, we all knew
yeah,
who it was as soon as he said that.
he is a humble man, Mr. Barton. That's one of the things I do like about him. For all the skills he possesses, he's quite down to earth and stuff. I like the way. This is the thing. One of the things that kind of made me suspicious of Kate's mother at the very beginning of the episode, where Jack has got the you know Hawkeye by the throat. Um, Hello there.
What?
All right, no problem. Nice to have you here, boss man. Anyway, as I was saying, as when Jack had the sword, I know immediately he jumped to them recognizing that he's an Avenger and stuff like that. And after they finished talking, and Hawkeye was leaving, she was telling Hawkeye, "Look, I don't want anything happening to my girl, and can you just leave the case?" And when she said just leave the case, it kind of made me realize, oh, there's something going on here. She's definitely more involved in it because She should just care about her daughter not being involved. If he wants to still, if she was innocent, she wouldn't give a fuck about the case. Would you agree?
Which case?
The case, the investigation, not the briefcase or
Oh,
anything like
I'm
that.
like, what are you talking about? What case? Oh,
Yes.
no,
So,
I feel like yeah, no, I feel like she's definitely trying to get you know, Kate's mom off, away from Kate because I mean she knows that he's good enough to figure out what's going on and put a stop to it. And I feel like, and I mean, the deeper it goes, the more hostile it's going to get, and I feel like Kate's mom does not want Kate in the middle of it.
okay, now before I go to you, boss man, Daniel Vance has said, go back and watch the Lopper fight practice with closed caption on. I think that's some foreshadowing. Foreshadowing for what?
On it,
Some like the Loppers are gonna be some mass battle with the Loppers versus the
tracksuit
tracksuit
mafia,
mafia.
I bet.
Because the Loppers themselves are all police officers and firemen, so they can look after themselves. Anyway, boss man, what do you think of this episode?
Uh, I I really liked it. It does a lot more action. Um, there's a lot more character development for Clint. There's a lot more character development for Katie. I thought overall the best episode so far, in my opinion, because
Really
it just
better than last week
yeah
with the Primero.
yeah I preferred this over last week definitely. This was
You,
a lot tighter written. We got a lot of new characters. We got to see some powers revealed to us. What Echo can do and stuff like that. It was good to see. I mean, again, I'll try and keep this as spoiler light as possible as we go further into the episode. But it was good to see new, characters that I'm already invested in come back and stuff like that. And it was good to see that Clint's history is as like made him a different person.
yeah, I did like more focus on his PTSD. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that guy, he can't close his eyes without reliving some horrific memories, and his whole life is just full of horrific memories, from friends dying to reliving losing his family. He's very lucky to get them back, of course, but there were some real like Black Widow moments in this episode. Like when he was talking about Black Widow to Kate, you got some of that music from the scenes in Endgame, and same when Kate was hanging off that building, it kind of it harkened back to Endgame again. You got that music from Boromir, or whatever the fuck that planet was. Boromir, yes. When they're going for the Soul Stone. He really doesn't want to let history repeat himself. And Kate is so fangirling. She's so fangirling. You know, uh, all over this. She looks at Hawkeye as a mentor, as a partner, as a best friend. And Hawkeye just doesn't want to be responsible for this kid's death. But no matter what he does, she's going to stick to him like glue, in my opinion. And there's nothing you can do about it. But I think we need to go on to the big reveal, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. But I'm gonna ask Daniel Vance, what did he mean by? I went back and watched the closed captioning. There was nothing in there that really made me think anything foreshadowing. So if you could clarify that in the comments, that'd be great. Okay, go ahead to the reveal.
Well, when we saw, hopefully everyone here has seen the Black Widow movie. It's not, in my opinion, not as bad as a lot of people say it is. Obviously, the timing could have been better, but I've always said now that the MCU is like Star Wars. You can go at different periods of the history and watch a story unfold. So in the Black Widow story, we got to meet her adopted sister, Yelena Banova, and at the end, in the post-credit scenes, we see Sokal Val telling Yelena. By the way, there's some noise coming. It's very annoying. Hello,
Gary,
Gary. I
we
can
can
hear
hear
that,
whatever
man.
you're watching.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway,
I just see Elven point while I'm just trying to figure out my bloody settings here. Sorry about that, guys.
no problem. Anyway, as I was saying, so Carnival, she tells Yelena at Blackwood at Natasha's gravesite, that this is the man who killed your sister, and it is a picture of Clint Barton in a Ronin costume. So Yelena is now on the mission, and it's really good to finally see some tie-ins, some proper tie-ins, you know. And there she is in this series, trying to get the man who she believes killed her sister. So this is going to be interesting because we kind of had a couple of henchmen type villains in Echo and Yellow, but both of these people, in my opinion, will be redeemed within 2 episodes. So
I don't know because Clint did kill her dad.
no, he's alive.
Who's dad? Echo's
Who's that?
dad? Echo's dad is
Echo's
dead.
dad. Echo's dad.
Oh
Or that
yes,
was her uncle though,
yes.
wasn't it?
No, that was her dad. That was Echo's dad. The Native American guy was Echo's dad. But I, I somehow like Echo's having her own show. Unless Disney are doing a focus on a villain, I think there'd be a redeeming angle on this. I can't explain it how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to do it somehow.
Well, I mean, Echo has a series, so I mean, they're probably going to redeem her, which
Mm,
I
that's what I'm
honestly don't
saying.
I honestly don't find her interesting enough to have a series yet. Like you're going to have to do a better job at selling you. She's been in 2 episodes so far. You got to do a better job at selling me on this because I mean, it's only been 2 episodes, but at the same time, it's been 2 episodes and I give more of a crap about Yelena Belova's 15 seconds in this episode
Mm,
than I do about Echo in these past
Yeah,
2 episodes.
yeah. Because I mean, the thing is with Echo, I don't really know what her character is. The thing is, and it's nothing to do because she's deaf. It's because it's not being adequately was
explain.
conveyed to me in. Wait, like for example, Yelena Benova didn't really say that much in this. I don't think she really said anything, but with everything, with the looks, with the way that she looks, the way that her eye contact, her mannerisms, everything, you got the fact that she was trying to warn Kate, stay away from me, stop there and stuff like that. And the thing is, she didn't need to say a word because she said everything very gesture. And the thing is that why am I not getting this from literally a character whose whole thing should be the fact that she expresses herself through movement and gestures and stuff like that? Because I've not really get anything from her. The fact that she's angry. And
Echo's a
again,
hard
like
one to pull
no
off
offense,
because
but her just being angry is just
it's not because she's deaf, in my opinion. I mean, that plays a part in the overall thing, but it's because she's not speaking. She's not talking, and we whatever little we got out of her through some sign
but you,
language was conveyed through
but
somebody
I
else. Go on.
but I'm going to disagree with you that you don't need someone to speak to in order for you to know their character. Like for example, one of
It
my
helps.
favorite. I this is going to go. Well, all right. Here's one of my favorite films of all time, right? And it stars one of Cousin Cheadle's favorite actors, but Donnie Depp's performance in Dead Man, where he doesn't really say a lot, but he's doing a lot of actions and everything he's doing is through his we're doing. And you can do that with this. You
Yeah,
can have
but
somebody,
the problem is Echo is not the main character, and so we don't get enough time for her to express herself, even without words. It's really difficult. All the focus is on Clinton, Kate, and Kate. They hug this whole episode. We got very little of anybody else. Anyway, let me quickly get to Daniel. The Rolex. They've been out of the game for a long time, but their identity is still attached to that watch. And if the tracker finds out about it, you'll blow their cover. Goodbye, friend. Hmm. Is that what is this?
That's what I think that's what Clint was saying to Kate about the Rolex. She was asking why the Rolex was so important. I think that's what he said to her.
No, fair enough.
So
Now, here's a little tidbit, by the way. The girl who plays Echo as a child is actually the Alicia Cox who plays Echo as an adult. That's her cousin,
no.
which is why they look so similar. You know,
I did a little research on Echo. Do you want to know? Do you want an avenue they might go if they go with
go
the way
for
of the
it.
comic books?
Go for it.
It might be a little spoilery, but I don't know if they're going to go this way. But apparently, in the comic books, Echo or the lady, whatever her name is, Maya, becomes Ronin.
Yes, I heard.
So if I mean, yeah, maybe Maya becomes Ronin by the end of this show, and then obviously Kate becomes Hawkeye, and then it's like the two different personas of Hawkeye, like of Clint Barton, go their separate ways, and then Clint retires. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a
Hmm.
passing of the torch, but it's passing of both torches, if you know what I mean.
I
So
understand.
Yeah,
How did you feel?
because
Sorry,
like
go
when
on,
he was talking
Boston.
to, sorry,
No, go
I
on.
thought when he was talking to I thought when Clint was talking to Linda Cardellini, that sense of he wants to go home was very present. That,
oh
like
yeah,
you know,
he wants to be
everything
done.
she was saying, and everything that she was saying, she was like saying, "Look, we want you home, we want you this, that, and the other," and like the way his children were reacting and stuff like that. Like they obviously they want him home as well. It's like
Well, yeah,
how many
he
Christmases, how many holidays has he missed? How many birthdays? How many?
yeah, I mean, he wants to be done with all this. He wants to be done with Avengering. He wants to be with his family. I mean, his kids are growing up. His son and daughter are mid to late teens, and I mean, his one kid is just probably a preteen, like 10, 11, 12. So, I mean, it's he's missing out on a lot. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I get the feeling he wants to be done with all this, and that's very apparent through the way that Jeremy Renner is conveying the Clint Barton character here, which I really appreciate because he's just kind of spent. It's like you do a job for ever, you just want to spend time with your family, and then you realize that you know
Well, Daniel Vance is bringing up a very good point here because, in my opinion, he's done a. You seen Godfather Part 3? Just when you thought I was out, they pulled me back in. And that's what's happened here with Clint Barton. Because he is trying to get out, but now his family are on a list which Jericho would be very proud of. And on that list, and not only that, with Yellow Belova as well on his case, the guys as well as Echo and all of these other things, it's not getting easier for him, it's getting harder for him. So he
I
has
feel like I feel
more
like
to deal
Yelena
with.
Belova is going to be done by the end of next episode. I feel like they're going to settle their differences next episode. That's going to be the focus of next episode, and I feel like by the end of next episode she's going to be gone.
No, I
It,
think she'll
it,
be
it
gone.
was
I think she'll be an ally.
I don't know. I mean, like,
Okay.
it would be good to see Florence Pugh stick around because I like her as an actress,
Mm.
and she was definitely one of the best parts of Wick Blackman on the film.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't think she'll like. Oh, okay, I understand now. It was all a misunderstanding. I think I'll go. I think she would try to honor her sister to look after her friend. You know, and try to help Barton out in this situation. And bloody hell, her skills would be very much required because Kate, as much as she's full of spunk and gusto, she's still a novice. You know, she's still got a lot to learn. And by the way, that going trick, I guarantee you that going trick is going to come back again at some point. You know, she's going to have something, Kate's going to have something in her hand and flick it. And next thing you know, it's going to hit Echo in the ass or something. And she's going to go, oh. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. That going trick is going to happen again.
Yeah. The thing about the thing is that I thought that it was public knowledge that Black Widow sacrificed herself to get the Soul Stone. Like I'm pretty sure that's public knowledge. So why
Only
is it
one
that
person, only one person experienced that,
I
and that
know,
was Clint.
but no, but and I understand, but it's still I feel like it's public knowledge stuff that happened during Endgame with the general public. So I mean, So
Chinese, dude, you gotta look at it from a perspective of people who don't know, and before you know it, other, if people kind of knew that somebody had to be sacrificed in order to get the stone, as far as Yelena is concerned, Clint killed her in order to get the fucking stone instead of her killing herself for it. If
well,
you
that's what I'm
understand what I
saying. Like,
mean.
I mean, if it's public knowledge that Black Widow sacrificed herself to get the Soul Stone, then why? I mean, how does she not know that? Like, I'm pretty
No,
sure
but
that
she
it's on
might
public
be.
record.
No, but what is? But it could be twisted. And Valkyrie saw the look. He never sacrificed herself. Clint killed her, because he wanted to get his family back or something. You know,
I
it's
mean,
all
that's
possible.
possible, but that's weak in my opinion because I feel like Yelena should be smart enough to know when she's being manipulated. And I mean, her to sit there and just take it at face value that Clint Barton killed Natasha, even though they were best friends, and everybody knows they're best friends. Like everybody, like the Avengers are celebrity figures. They try, now, like not obviously before, so they know that Clint Barton and Natasha Romanoff were friends. They know about Captain America, Thor, Iron Man. They know all this stuff. They're like, the Hollywood Illuminati of our world.
Yeah,
So it's like I
but
cannot
people like
believe.
Barton are more known for saving New York in 2012. Like no one sees these guys do anything. We see them because we're watching a fucking
No,
movie. But the people in like regular people, they don't know what the hell is going on. They just get stuff from word of mouth.
Yeah, because the thing is that how much like just like expanding on what actually happened. The thing is because it'll take you is like one person telling another person to tell another person for it to get through. I mean, the thing is that you've got to remember that she was told by Sol Val that that she that she that Clint killed Natasha, and then the thing is that you got to remember that they didn't have closure with that because again that was the end of Black Widow where we see her gravesite and
Yeah,
everything.
it's easy to make up a good story. Yeah, he wanted to get his family back, all of that sort of stuff. It's easy, to make up this sort of story. And someone like Yolanda could easily believe it. She can easily be manipulated, especially when it comes to something like blood. Sometimes it blinds you from the truth. Her sister's dead. Anyway, um, this episode, it was not much more other than some of the PTSD, which was which was interesting to see from Clint Barton. He does suffer from it. He did have some nice moments with Kate, who is trying to keep him happy with DVDs and pizza and stuff like that, and then trying to understand the overall plot. We did get an interesting moment also with Clint when he took out what's his name? Is it Kazir? Kazim? What the fuck is his name?
I don't remember.
I don't
The
know
guy
either.
when he was in the car and he took his gun, took his sword, took his blade, sorry, and he was interrogating that guy. Hello?
Yeah, it's a pretty good. Well, it was well done because he was just going. It's going like um when he went. When he was just, I don't think he was interrogating him. He was more like asking him questions. Like he was just like telling him, "Look, I just want peace." And Ronan's not is dead. And blah blah blah. He said, "You're the only person who can get through to her." And it was good to see that Clint knew that he had limitations and that if things carried on the way they were going, the only way out was going to be to kill her. And he doesn't want to do that. So it's obviously
Mm-hmm.
that he's changed from being Ronin to being now back to Hawkeye again. So there has been some reform there. So he keeps on trying to show that he's this incredible badass that he used to be, but it's like he's changed as a person since then.
Do you think it's so straightforward for Clint to get his fucking arrows back by just basically kissing the ass of the lappers?
I mean,
Um,
it seems a little
I hoped
convenient.
it was because again, like I mean, the thing is that I don't know. I mean, there's part of me thinking, are the LARP is going to be like integral to the plot in some way? Because I mean, if not, if they're total, pointless thing to just get, they end up with Clint stuff, and he has to like kiss their ass to get it back. I mean, it kind of would be funny, but it'd be
Well,
kind of like pointless to a little bit. I mean, I want them to play some sort of integral part at the end.
by the way, Daniel Vance, I do know this, Kazi, and there could be something there in the future. Who knows? By the way, this Kazi guy is a bit like the Marvel version of the Joker. But one thing for sure, it looks like we're gonna the seeds have been sown for the origins of Hawkeye and his new costume, because it looks like the Lapadas are gonna make it for him. Do you think?
I don't know. I don't know why they bother though. Like, I mean,
Because
it's
they're fucking fans, man.
no, like, no. I don't know why Marvel's bothering giving him an outfit. I mean, if he's retiring, like if he's retiring as Hawkeye, which maybe this means he's not because he's getting a new uniform. Like, I'm almost like, why? Like, why give him
So,
a
so
uniform if he's going to be done after this show, and it'll be Kate Bishop's Hawkeye? You know
well,
what I mean? Like, why bother
It's
giving
just
Hawkeye a
it
uniform?
could be
I
season
don't
two.
mind. I don't mind. And this guy, he never stays retired, does he? You know, he can't. We've seen since bloody Civil War he can't. And he's had some sort of interesting get-ups with his, long sleeve, short sleeve shit and stuff like that. But this would be a true outfit that goes to the traditions of the comics, and I think somebody like Hawkeye deserves it. You know?
I mean, it makes sense that the Loppers would make it though. I mean, the LARPers would eat that stuff up.
Yes, yes, for sure. So,
Definitely.
I did say last week, Bossman, that I wanted a reveal, and then we got it with Yellow Ribbon Lover. Now, 2 episodes left. I don't think they're going to end with a cliffhanger. I do feel it's all going to be wrapped up and tied with a little bow, because I do think Clint will have to get home for Christmas. But with another revelation with Yelena, as well as Echo, still having to be dealt with. Tracksuit Mafia, even though they weren't in this episode. Possible Kingpin as well as the parents of Kate Bishop, stepfather and mother. And with the Arnold murder hasn't been resolved. The watch, we don't know what the fuck is all that about. There's so much shit that needs to be tied up in 2 episodes. You think they can do it and do it well and do it convincingly,
Uh, I,
Bossman?
I hope personally that they keep the watch mystery going for another season, because I mean I'd be up for that. The thing is, what needs resolving this season, I reckon, is Elena, Belarova, and Echo, because they I mean, unless they're going to get, unless she's going to be the protagonist next, no, the antagonist, sorry, next season. I don't really know. I mean, like the thing is that I mean that could be interesting to see. How does Clint cope with somebody who literally has the same sort of moveset as his best friend who he saw die. How to say? Again, I wish that there was more character development. And again, like this is why I mean, I'm glad she's here because I like Florence Pugh. I'd rather it focused on Echo, to give her a chance to be, front the center of a series, and then maybe we see her like, so like, like I'm going to do it like a film now. It's like Batman Begins, where he turns over the Joker card.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we see her like in the distance, and we see like the back of her, and we see the front of Florence Pugh. We see her like coming back for the season. I don't know. I thought this was a little bit rushed, in my opinion. I'd rather it focused on Echo. I focused on us caring about her and like the drama between the tension between her and Clint. That would have been more interesting to me, because the thing is that now people are more interested in what's going to happen with Florence Pugh than they are with Flame, because she's already been
Yep.
introduced, and whereas we're supposed to be investigating Echo's character because she's got a new series coming up in what, January, February, maybe, I don't know when it is.
No, is it already that soon? It's hard to believe. Yeah. Anyway, but before I pass it on to you, Bobby, Daniel Vance says he likes the idea that Fisk purchased the Avengers Tower and will take the place of Norman Osborn in the formation of Dark Avengers. I agree. I like this too because, unfortunately for us, Sony when people don't understand regarding Sony is that they own all the characters associated with Spider-Man. So Venom, Morbius, and all the villains,
Well,
and all the supporting characters,
I
Norman
would
Osborn
be
included.
I would be interested to see how Fisk falls into that because Fisk, I believe, originally debuted in the Spider-Man comic books. Now I know he's a Daredevil, a heavy Daredevil villain, but I believe the Kingpin started in Spider-Man. So
He's a villain for like so many of the street characters, Spider-Man, Daredevil, a Punisher as well.
yeah,
He's a, and I think there's another one, maybe
Yeah, because
Shang-Chi.
well, the thing
Um,
is that Marvel could just say to whoever, he's been appearing in our IP for ages. Like he appeared in season one, season two of Daredevil. Um, and he's been he appeared in stuff. But the thing is that I mean, he was in Spider Verse and he was in Spider Man the game. So I mean, they could. I mean, the thing is, he's one of those ones that crosses over.
yeah,
well,
Uh,
games though that doesn't correlate like that doesn't matter with and animated is actually different too. Live action is where it matters, and that's and
he's
it
a New York, he's a New York-based villain, and there's a lot of New York-based heroes in the Marvel universe.
yeah,
So he's always had a shot at two.
yeah, but as I
Yeah.
said, it depends on where they debuted, and Wilson Fisk debuted in Spider-Man, so that's why I would and maybe it's because it's a TV show rather than a movie. Like maybe that's why Kingpin was able to show up in Daredevil without a problem. And I mean this is a TV show too, so maybe he's able to show up on here. But I think the waters get muddy when you get into motion pictures. The movies. So I'd have to look and see what the
Well,
actual contract deal with Sony said about Spider-Man because I'm and as I said, they may have even worked out a deal with the Marvel Studios Sony arrangement. They may have said, "Hey, we want Kingpin. That's who we want. We want free reign on Kingpin." And to do the deal, and they said, "Okay, we'll give you free reign to use Kingpin." So I mean, it might already be
well,
settled, but
well, but I do like the idea though of Fisk being the replacement for Norman Osborn. If for the Dark
I
Avengers,
mean,
that works for me. But
well, the
just
thing
one more
is
thing.
that we
So
don't know what's going to happen in Spider Man. Uh,
yeah, the third Spider-Man 3, No Way Home. Are you frozen? Okay. Daniel Vance has also
yeah,
said they bring back Daredevil.
no, no, no.
I
I
wonder if they'll
just,
bring back Bullseye as well as his counterpart. Now, let me tell you something. I am desperate, and I mean desperate, for if they're going to do a season 2 of Hawkeye. I wanted the villain to be Bullseye. That for me would be perfection personified because we've got the most accurate good guy versus the most accurate bad guy, and that would be a real great clash, in my opinion. Don't you think?
good work. But the thing is that are they going to get the guy who did it in Daredevil? The guy who played Dax, or whatever his name was.
Oh, now here's the man who makes you understand if a show is going to be good, but if he hates it, it has to be good, and that's Ginger Greek. I can't decide what's worse, What If or Hawkeye. Two very popular shows with the rest of the Marvel Universe fans, but Ginger
nothing
hates
makes
it.
Ginger happy. So I mean,
Yes.
Well, I'm sure a blowjob would make him happy, but yeah. Sorry,
Mm.
sorry.
Ms.
Sorry.
Marvel's gonna make him happy for sure. I mean, come on, the show Ms.
Yeah.
Marvel.
You have to understand, you got to adapt to what it is as well. It is Disney Plus stuff. And I thought What If was very, very nice. I liked how dark it was. It was a very dark show for what it was, especially by Disney standards.
I think the
So
show. I feel like it's this show is really good. Is it the best out of everything? No. But I would say that it's for me it's better than it's better than WandaVision. Um I would also say it's better than for me, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. For me, it's better than Loki. Like I like this show better than I liked Loki. Loki was fun, but I just all the time travel shenanigans and I'm out kind of on that. The last episode of Loki was really good in my opinion, but a lot of the stuff that came before, yeah, Ginger, I will all the way off, man, all the way.
This is where I agree with Ginger here. Like, One Division was superb apart from the last episode. Captain America, sorry, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was okay. I
See,
actually,
that was probably one of my favorites. So
I did like the introduction of John Walker because I think he's a very fascinating character. Somebody who is trying to take on the mantle of Captain America, but who's not like him at all. But just looks maybe a little bit like
you
him.
just liked it because
I,
an American looked bad. That's why.
no, far from it because I love Steve Rogers. I think he's a fantastic character. Um, but Loki for me so far, I mean, Hawkeye's okay, but Loki for me so far is the best. I love Loki so much. It was really good, and the fact that the final episode wasn't this wham bam, thank you ma'am, explosive finale, but it was a real holy shit, what the fuck's gonna happen here sort of finale. I loved it even more, especially with that Planet of the Ape ending where he sees a statue and it's now become bloody Kang the Conqueror instead of the three wise men or whatever the fuck they were before. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Loki. What If I thought was excellent too. I love some of the cliffhangers on that. And this show is nice as well. This is a nice Christmas family show. And Clint Barton's already gone through 5 years of hell. So I'm glad they're kind of changing the look of it. I don't mind the comedy. I think it's very the reluctant hero aspect. I like it very much. There's some nice moments. I can't wait for this to finish now. I'll be honest with you. I want to all wrapped up very quickly and we go on to the next show. But still, for what it's worth, it's okay.
No, I'm enjoying it while it's on. I don't want it to end quickly. I see that's the thing is that everybody wants to, get to the end, get to all the reveals. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. I like sitting on it for a week and thinking more about it and figuring and watching the internet go nuts with all of their Mephisto theories, So
Well, here's a theory, which is not a theory. Um, Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil. Kevin Feige has announced this. How do you guys feel about that?
Great. I like Charlie Cocker's Daredevil.
I like him too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I mean, what can you say about it?
I heard he's going to be in No Way Home in the cameo. Maybe he'll be Peter Parker's lawyer. But anyway, Fat Cunt says Loki was good. Jason Reed Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon, hits Little Hits, La Woman, and Rio Bravo and Man. They had a great blueprint, but give us this mediocre dud garbage.
Do you know
Ginger
what?
kind of worrying me.
You know what?
He worrying me so much.
No, these are storylines in the comics. And do you know
Yeah,
what?
those are storylines in the comic
No,
books.
I know, but this mediocre dud garbage. He kind of reminded me the Phantom Menace guys a
No,
little bit.
but I do agree with what you said that they had a lot of stuff in the comics that they could pull from. It just seems like they didn't use it. They've used something else. I mean, again, and the storylines he's talking about are really, really good storylines that they could dive into with that guy.
Well, but
I
the Hawkeye
understand.
in the comic books is different from the Hawkeye in the MCU. I mean, I get it. Like, I get it. You got, and I'm a Spider-Man purist. Like I love it when they go the original route for Spider-Man. I love it when they, but at the same time, I mean, I love things like Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Like, and he was not, he wasn't, he was kind of portrayed as the comic book Doc Ock, but not really. Like so I and I mean, and was Loki? What was the Loki storyline? Something out of the comic books? Not really. I mean, as I said, it's not. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for it, but Loki just wasn't until the last episode or two. It wasn't that entertaining for me. Like I mean, time travel shenanigans. I mean, if I wanted that, I just go watch Star Trek Voyager and confuse the hell out of myself for the 35th
It's the
time.
time fucking variance, and of course it's going to be time travel shenanigans. I
Exactly.
mean,
That's what I'm saying.
but it's his own show, you know. I know there's Star Trek time travel, but this is what it is, you know.
And that's what I like about Hawkeye. It's grounded. That's why I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier so much, because it was grounded. I liked it. I don't mind when they go into the mystical and the cosmic, but I like also I like the grounded stuff more. The ground level stuff, like Spider-Man. Like I like, I'm not like I can get into the cosmic stuff and the mystical stuff when they go into those realms, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I like the ground level heroes like Spider-Man, Daredevil, you know, and Hawkeye. The heroes that aren't exactly like the cream of the crop, cosmic, like Captain Marvel, Hulk, Thor. Like Captain America, yeah, he's kind of an enhanced human, but he still feels more like a ground level hero. He's just the leader of the Avengers, but still, Cap's just a steroided athlete. Like he, there's not much more to him.
I like my grounded superheroes, especially when they end up having to do cosmic level shit.
Yeah, because they're way out of their element. They're like,
Yeah.
like that even says in Age of Ultron. Hawkeye's sitting there and he's like, "Look, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm a guy with a bow and everything's blowing up around me." you know.
Tahiti is too good to be true. It's a magical place.
Now you're bringing up Agents of Shield. Come on, man. I love Coulson.
Oh, what's the name of that spy from Agents of Shield?
Agent May.
No, the tall lady. She's also with Orville.
She's also what?
In Orville.
Oh, Mockingbird.
That's it. A lot of people are suggesting that Laura Barton, Clint's wife, is Mockingbird.
I mean, no. I mean, Bobby Morris is supposed to be Bobby Morris. I think it's Bobby Morris.
Barbara, but her name is Bobby.
Yeah, more like that. I mean, if they
Abbreviated.
if they go that route, I mean, I won't care. Like, but it's not gonna like be game breaking for me. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, she's Mockingbird. I like that the Agents of Shield version of Mockingbird a lot, and I was very upset when they had her leave after only 2 seasons. I was very upset about that.
Are you okay with the retcon that they're making Clint's wife maybe a possible ex-agent?
It would make sense. I mean, how
Yeah, because
how?
how did they meet otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, they could have
No,
met
they could have met
somewhere.
various ways, but how the fuck is she had time to be agent and have 3 kids?
Well, no, I mean, I think she might have gotten out of the game when she had started having kids, or when she
Mhm.
got married.
Yeah, because
Maybe she was just an average run of the mill agent. Like, she wasn't a Hawkeye or a Black Widow. So she decided to get out of the game when they decided to get married.
by the way, to be honest with you, I mean, I want more scenes with Linda Cardellini in them, and not because of the reason you're probably thinking, but just because she's a good actress, and I want her to have more scenes with. Because like the one that she had this season where she was talking about, that she wants to inform and she starts speaking Russian to him and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
One more time.
She's speaking German, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was Russian. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so 2 more episodes to go. Do you think we're gonna get that Kingpin reveal next week after?
Maybe the end of the season, maybe.
If it
You might-
happens, I feel like it's gonna. I feel like in these last couple episodes, I feel like if they're going to reveal it, it's and his ex one referring back to the hobby. Wait, what? I wouldn't be surprised if Kate has been genetically manipulated and his X1, as in from the Weapon X project, referring back to the hobby horse from previous. No, they're not. I don't think that. I mean, I don't think they're
My
gonna do
God.
Yeah,
that.
but
That is a Gary level of fan figure
Apocalypse
theory right
level.
there.
no, but the thing is, it's that like she learned how to do arrow shooting since she was a little girl, and
Yeah, but she was.
just,
We saw the inspiration, Gary, and they put that
that's what
in
I
the
mean. That's
bloody
that's what
credit.
that's
They
what
put
that's
that
what
in
I
the
mean.
credit sequence. you
exactly.
know,
So
and
that's what I
she
mean. That she trained from the age of 12 doing that arrow shooting. So that's the reason that she's very good. It says
because
good.
she's also
I,
a rich girl as well, so she was
She could
able to do.
afford.
She could do the fencing and she can do the bloody martial arts and
and
everything. I mean,
didactics.
archery and fencing are not fucking cheap hobbies, man. They're bloody
I
expensive.
I really felt like they kind of gave, and I get it. Like Kate Bishop is going up against like professional assassins and like gangsters here, but like I really feel like in that fight on the rooftop, they really gave her the shaft in that fight. Like I didn't expect her to get any blows on Yelena Belova, but like Echo, like
Well,
No,
really?
well,
she was out of her element in my opinion,
yeah,
which is
because
because
I
she
she
did
still
with
held she
trained
still
assassins.
well, but she still held her own against like the tracksuit mafia, and all that other jazz.
Yeah,
And I
but
know
they're
they're
fucking
bumbling idiots,
idiots.
but
We're talking about fucking hired thugs versus professional killers. You
but is
know,
Echo a professional killer? Like I wouldn't. She seemed like she had the same amount of training as Kate had. I mean, maybe a little bit more at this point, but I feel like that her and Kate would have a more even
but
fight.
she's older. She's older than Kate.
Well,
You
okay.
know, she's older than Kate,
I
and
just felt like
Yelena is a professional assassin, and Kate is
well,
just some rich girl who just learnt some martial arts, learnt some fencing. She never learned how to be a killer. you know,
well, and
you
that's what I'm
know,
saying. Like I didn't expect her to stand a chance against Yelena Belova, but I felt like they kind of just like they dismissed her pretty easily in these fights.
I'm
So
fine with that. Because it'd be worse off if she was able to kick that ass or hold her own. I'm glad that she didn't, in a way,
mm,
and I like the fact that she had to rely on her archery to get some sort of even playing field. She shot she shot Echo to get her out of the game, and when she was about to shoot Yeleva said, "You know what? You don't want any of this. Don't do it. I'll give you a fucking I'll give you a war you'll never forget." And so she backed down, you know. So
that'd be awesome if she did the rebel like don't push it, don't push it. I'll give you one. Don't believe. That'd be good, cool and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of exactly. That's why she was saying no to her. Like, you don't want to fuck with me, you know. And because yeah, I mean seriously, why would you? I mean the girl has been killing people since she was a child, you know. So
by the way, I just want to note, I figured it out this week, and I don't know if everybody else has figured it out, but Kate Bishop was not blipped because
she
in
wasn't blipped.
2012, huh?
Yeah, she wasn't blipped.
Yeah, in
Okay.
2012, if she was 12 or even 10, and the year is 2023 or 2024, she could not be 22 now, which is what she said in episode 2.
Uh-huh.
If she got blipped, she would have been like 16 or 17, I think.
Uh-huh.
So
17, yeah.
yeah, so I don't. I mean, I don't. I'm pretty sure that's not a big revelation to people, and I know that they haven't come out because I know when the show first came out, everybody was asking, "Was she blipped? Was she blipped?" And I was sitting there doing the math during this week's episode, and I'm like, "Wait a minute." Or during episode 3, I was like, "Wait a minute, okay, she's about 12," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, she wasn't blipped."
What the
Oh,
hell is this?
that's probably a
Bullshit.
spammer. Yeah,
Bullshit, huh?
a spammer.
Thank you for your bullshit, Bora Norris. How's that, Chuck? Okay, so by the way, what is the next show after this on the MCU roster? Is it
I'm not
She-Hulk?
sure. It's going to be. It's either going to be
It,
She-Hulk or it's going to be Echo. I can't remember which
No,
one it
it's
is.
Miss Marvel.
no, Miss Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think the from what I saw, it looks like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk are in post production. They're filming, and actually, I think now Moon Knight is in post production. So actually, we might get Moon Knight before we get She-Hulk. Because keep in mind, if they have Bruce Banner's Hulk and also her obviously She-Hulk in there, like that's a lot of CGI. It's going to take them a while to post produce that.
so well, it's funny because we got a few shows coming up that I will watch, but I'm not going. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on it. Miss Marvel, I would watch happily. She-Hulk, I would watch happily. Moon Knight, I would watch happily. But I want fucking Armor Wars. I want Armor Wars so badly, it fucking arouses me when I think about it. Yes, this old man can still get it up. And I want fucking Armor Wars badly. I'm hoping before the end of next year we get it.
Looks like they're okay. So Moon Knight and yeah, Moon
Show,
Knight and
show it
She
to us.
Hulk
Show
and
it to
Miss.
us.
Huh?
Can you share? Can you share that screen?
Yeah, I can actually. If I can find where I'm fucking going. Share. Share screen. Got it? Okay.
Yep.
So we got Moon Knight. Now it doesn't have dates on these. All it has is 2022. So I don't know if this is the order, but we have Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel in post-production. So one of those three is coming probably next. Secret Invasion is also coming,
Mm.
but that one is filming currently. I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is filming, but it's not until next December. So
Next
okay.
Christmas.
So and then Ironheart and Armor Wars is in pre-production right now. So the only thing that's filming right now is Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
So
No, but
wow,
I tell you
She-Hulk's gonna
what,
have 10 episodes. I didn't think it was gonna have that many.
Secret Invasion. I'm also looking forward to that. To be honest, that one's another one I'm looking forward to. I'm just a bit concerned how they're going to what they're going to do with regarding the Skrulls. They've made them good guys in this universe, and I don't know if I don't want it to be they were bad guys all along. That would be so poor if they went down that route. I just want it to be more like a civil war between good Skrulls and bad Skrulls. Oh god damn it, you bird! You scared the hell out of me. Um, Yeah, she landed right on my fucking crotch.
It's
With her
not you're
claws
not
going
used
right
to
through it.
you're not used to the birds, Anta. I know. You have to ask Zam how we
Well, look, Zam is on holiday. I've been feeding this little thing, and I've been making her nice and fat because I'm gonna have her for Christmas, isn't it, baby? Christmas time, you're mine.
a
Yeah.
big chicken nugget.
Oh yes, very much so. So yes, but yeah, Secret Invasion. I'm looking forward to. Definitely Armor Wars, but it's in pre-production, so
I think the two that I'm looking forward to the most out of this list is Armor Wars, Secret Invasion, and Moon Knight. Like out of the whole list of upcoming series, Ironheart, Miss Marvel. I like Miss Marvel in the comics, but I just don't know if they're going to do it justice. And she's usually better in an ensemble anyway, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. She,
can you scroll down a little bit?
yeah. I mean, these are just the future episodes. These don't even have anything going on. There's an untitled Halloween special, Loki season 2, What If season 2, Echo. None of these have announced dates or anything. They're all in either pre-production or development. Agatha, House of Harkness, Spider-Man freshman year, which I'm guessing is based on Tom Holland the year before he became Spider-Man, I know that's an animated series. Marvel Zombies, which is because they were Marvel Zombies. I didn't think they were that popular during What If. Like I know that I didn't think that they were that popular in order to get a series. Let me put it that way. And then Untitled Denston Daniel Crenton series, which I have no idea what that even means. Who is Destin Daniel Crenton or Creedon?
No idea. Tatiana was brilliant, from Black, so I'm looking forward to She-Hulk. Yeah, I need to, you know, bring it on. We want as much Marvel content as possible.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay with She-Hulk. I like the idea of She-Hulk, and I like the fact that they might bring Matt Murdock back
So
in
do
for
I.
that one because it's
A
a
lawyer.
lawyer series.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard Abomination's also coming back. So last time we saw him was in,
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. So maybe he's going to get out on parole so he can be a part of the Thunderbolts, which is another thing. Like they're doing all these
Is it still
shows,
Tim Roth?
huh?
Tim Roth. Tim Roth, is he
Is it
still
still
doing
Tim
it?
Roth?
He did the facial caption for in Shang-Chi. He did. And I think he said he was on set for the She-Hulk stuff. So I don't know if it's him deep as him as human or as Abomination, because in the comic books, Abomination can't transform back like the Hulk. So that's why it's kind of hard for him to hide from the Eternals.
Abomination in Shang-Chi looked like he had fucking gills. He looked like a
He looked
roided
more
up
well.
fucking sea
He looked like the
creature.
comic book guy.
Okay, Destin, Daniel Curtin, and did Shang-Chi.
Oh, he was the director of Shang-Chi? Okay. So, like, is this going to be a Shang-Chi spinoff? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
We are getting absolutely flooded now because we've got movies and television shows coming out of the asshole. I hope we don't get
Well, and
overwhelmed by all of this, to tell you the
well,
truth.
and I just hope that they keep. I don't know if it's going to get oversaturated. I don't know if the MCU is going to get oversaturated because of all the content we're getting. So I don't know. I mean,
I,
You
th-
can't
I,
have
th-
too much of a good thing, you know?
yeah, no, and I
well,
agree. Too much of a good thing it might be what's going on.
well, the thing is that like it well the thing is I'd like to ask you guys a question, and this is not a trick question. Okay, what's the last Western you can remember watching?
Cowboy and aliens.
No, but all right. The thing is that like because Westerns did the same thing that they maybe wrung every single penny out of that thing, and then they couldn't really make them anymore because they wrung every single penny out of them. And it's the
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
this is like the same universe. This is all connected, you know. Like not the westerns and all connected. They just happen to be westerns. I mean, my favorite western and one of the greatest films ever made is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I always tell people if you haven't seen that film, then what the hell are you doing with your life? It's a fucking amazing movie, you know. But they can never go back to those levels of western, in my opinion. You know, I don't know. It's hard to say. Actually, I take it back. I saw that movie with who's the guy? What's the name of the actor who plays Kang? Jonathan
Oh,
Majors.
yes.
Yeah, he did that western on Netflix. I saw that, but even that was okay, mediocre at best. But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. You know, I'm glad that we're getting so much content. I just get a little bit worried. That's all. You know.
They're
They're,
gonna
they're,
CW it.
they're gonna we're gonna have burnout.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we have Discovery episode 5.
I believe 5. Yep.
Yes.
And also, I have my Young Justice review later on.
Fantastic. And then on Friday we're going to be doing a mid card special regarding wrestling. All the wrestlers who never really reached that brass ring, you know, never got where they were supposed to go. And as far as I'm concerned, the brass ring is not winning the WWE title. So yes, we're going to be going to, or even sometimes maybe people who have won it were never really given their dues. You know that they won it, then they forgot about it. For argument's sake, Kane, he won it, but then really, was he ever in the title picture ever again? Not
I
Yeah,
really, was he?
mean, yeah. I mean, well, it depends. The world heavyweight title. Do you count that? I count it, but I don't know if everybody else counts it.
yeah. I mean,
I
the thing is that he was around the title in the late '90s. Like I think he had about
yeah,
4 or 5 matches with Stone Cold. I mean,
There
so
we
yeah.
go.
But I mean, there are other ones that come to my mind that I put over Kane. I misused because I put Kane. That Kane was at the very top tier for a long time because like he was always in the mix for the title.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I won't put Kane in there. Come to think of it, because he's had a fantastic career. You know, in the WWE, the guy's a lifer, and I'm sure when and he's managed to be a fucking mayor out of this and be a politician. And I'm sure being a WWE wrestler definitely initially helped him. He's been with that company for over, before he became Kane. He's been with that company for almost 30 years. You know, so yeah, he's had a good career. Best thing to ever happen to him was the Undertaker gimmick. because it made him Kane. Um, but yes, anyway, enough of that. We're going to be talking about that this Friday. And yes, that brass ring, it's going to be interesting to talk about. Make sure anybody who joins us for that, bring all those mid-card wrestlers who never fucking made it. Thank you very much, Daniel Vance. Good night, everyone. See you all next time. Remember to thumbs up and if you, yo, yeah, click that notification, click that thumbs up. Yo, yeah, for sure. But until then, everybody, and unless you got any more to say, guys,
I
what
started
the hell was,
about
what the hell was that bloody,
that. So,
you know,
so I had Hawkeye on pause. Sorry about that. My bad.
no problem, no
We
problem.
are 1000% professional here at NerdTube.
Yes.
We have our
Okay,
shit
Sorry about
together.
okay. So look, we'll see you guys tomorrow for
that.
the
Ciao.
Discord stream, and we'll see you Friday as well. And don't forget to keep an eye out for our fan reactions. We've got one already up there regarding a lightsaber duel. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. We see you guys later. Bye, 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 bye. Merry Christmas.